So yes, the last class we were discussing about what is OOPS. So if someone is asking what is OOPS, you should not just tell the abbreviation, you should explain what exactly it is. OOPS is a programming methodology. It's a programming idea. To write program, it gives you the idea how to write it. Okay, so that's what last class we discussed about many examples. So everything is based on class and object. Without class, object is not at all possible. If you want to do anything, first you need a plan. So the class is like a plan. If you wanted to manufacture the car, first you need a car plan. A mechanical engineer will sit and sketch the car plan. That's basically we call it as a class. Class contains data member and member function. It's all about the planning. Okay, the informations, methods, and many things. When you are coming to the object level, object is a real-time entity because it's a logical entity. It gives you only the structure, but this gives you the real use of it. So, and we discussed about how objects are unique and what object exactly it contains. Object contains their own state and behavior. That's explained in the last class. All the cars are there, but all the cars are not same. Every car has its own feature actually. Fruits, all are fruits, but still every fruits have their own characteristics. A kind of seed or the skin pattern or the color or the vitamins what they have. It's totally different. So that is how here also, even as a humans, we all are humans, but still we have our own properties and behaviors. Somebody will be very cool, somebody will be short temper, somebody will be tall, and another one will be short. So everybody have their own characteristics. So that is how it's happening. So when in the real time, how it is going to help if you ask me? If you consider like a shopping application, e-commerce application, so there will be a buyer, there will be a seller, there will be shipping, there will be a product. These all are entities in the project. So if you wanted to create the entities of the project, first you have to create a class. Without class, objects are not possible. Without object, operations are not possible. That's so simple. Okay, so that is how it is, all we discussed. But finally, this is the conclusion. What we learned is what is object, what is the purpose of object, how objects are created, and what is class and what class contains, and everything we discussed. Okay, so today we are going to discuss is the pillars of hoops, the features of hoops, basically people call. Why I should come to hoops? If I use this hoops concept, what are the benefits I'm going to get it here? Okay, so that is the first thing is data hiding. Its security is one of the very important concern when you develop the applications. So data hiding is one among the features of pillars. Okay, so data hiding, as the name described very clearly, hiding irrelevant data from outside the components, the other components from the same project. Actually, that's the mean. Actually, what is it exactly? Just to take an example, we are working on a project. There are around some 100 classes, around some 25 developers are working. Each developers are like, each developer is working with around 4 to 5 classes. So we are working. I'm working on one class. You are working on another class. The other person is working on another class. But understand here, are we are able to access other class informations directly everything? That is really not good, right? For example, I am staying in my house, nearby my neighbor house is there. I know them who they are, but do you think I will have access or I will have a visibility of their money, jewels, and the confidentials what they have in their home? No, that should not. Correct, right? Because everybody have their own secret things. So like that only, when you are developing project, in the project also, all the data should not expose to all the people. So to hide your data and methods, there is a technique called data hiding. Okay, that's what I'm telling. Hiding the irrelevant data. I feel it's not really required for you. Then why I should share this with you? If I share this, you will do modifications, you will change the things. So because of that, I'm just hiding the data. Let's take an example. In my home, I can keep my calling bell outside the house because people can come and press and call me. But at the same time, I cannot keep my jewels and money outside of my house. That's not the correct way. Correct, right? Yes. So the money and jewel, what I have is irrelevant for you people. But the calling bell, it's relevant for you because you can call me. Correct, right? The flower pot I can keep outside. but I cannot keep my kitchen items outside. It's not required for you people. I cannot keep my fridge outside. So that is what you want to expose, what you don't want to expose. As a developer, you have to decide. It's your call. So you need to decide whether we are showing this outside or not. So that is what. So in Java, there are four different levels of access modifiers are there. We will study in detail in the further upcoming programming sessions, but right now just to have idea. So there is something called private, which is most secret one, most secure one, and next one is default, and the next one is protected, and the final one is public. Public is a least secure one, which is global, universal access. If you make private, other than your class, means it's more secure. Not all the people can see. But when you make public, everybody can see. Public is like a calling bell in your home. Everybody can access that. But the private is like your locker. The locker only you can access. Within a house, only you can access. So that is how the idea. Or you can tell this in a reverse order: public, protected, default, private. Yes, have a discipline. Whenever you are studying this, go in this particular order. Don't tell in a random order. Private, protected, default, public, like that. You don't tell in a random order. Go always in order because there is a reason behind it. When you come overriding, not only overriding, there are many places it helps you actually. So which is most, which is least. So like that you can understand the order actually. Okay, so this is most secure, then the next, then there is a next, then there is a next. So that is how it is. We will discuss about this more detail. If you want discuss about this right now, I can tell you one small simple story to better understand this. Actually, consider this is a package. Okay, in Java, package means folder. This is one package. Inside the folder, there are two classes are available. There is a class name called A, and there is a class name called K. So A and K both are friends. The friends are staying in same house actually. Okay, they are working in different city. So they are taking a single house and two people are working here. Okay, so that's they are staying in on same place. They are friends, just no blood relation. Let's take another house. First, let try to understand as a story. Then I'll tell you Java related terms. So there is a house. In the house, there is one person. His name is Ajay A. There is another one person, Karthik K. They both are staying in single house and they are working in some companies actually. Yes. And there is another city totally. There is a different city. There is one person is living here, which is a child of this guy actually. So they have a blood relation. So this class name is going to be AA. So this is A. So this is AA. Okay. So yeah, that's all. Arun Ajay, whatever it is. There is another one person in another city who is living here as a stranger, nowhere related to them. He is actually XXYZ, something like that. Okay, yes. Just imagine this is me, this is you. We are friends, we are staying in same building, sorry, same room, and we are working in different companies. So the thing is here, even though we are living in same place, even though we are living in same room, even I will have some confidential things, even you cannot see that actually. Sir, how sir? We are staying in same room, how we cannot see? Possible. I have some top secret data in my pen drive. Okay, it's with me. You cannot even see the pen drive. If it is top secret means how I handle, you know. So you cannot see that actually. So that's what the private is. I have something which other than me nobody can see. Okay, if the person A dies, the confidential data also dies along with them. Nobody can see in the world actually, even not even this kid as well as the stranger as well as the friend actually. Okay, this is how the idea is. Obviously, yes, there are many things. It's a personal use. Only we use, no others. Like for example, I have one T-shirt. No T-shirt. Obviously, people can see. That's not the great example. So the confidential data I can say. For example, I have a fever. I can feel, but even though I have a stomach pain, until unless I say, my roommate cannot see that actually. I have my body parts. Only I know that's all good and working good and everything is fine, but even my friends will not come to know. Correct, right? Yes. So that is how it is. Private it is. Okay. So this is first thing. Next one is, if you make your variable as a private, who can see? Only you can see. Not even this k, not even this, and then not even this. So coming to the Java terms, this is a house, I said, right? It's a folder. This is another house. There is another person with inheritance actually. This is extents. This is inheritance is there. Okay, inheritance you will study in future. And there is another one folder which is XYZ, nowhere related to anybody, which is a strange person. Okay. Now, within a folder, you have a class called A, you have a class called K. Yes, within a class, whatever you make it as private, only A can access, not even key, not even K, not even not even XYZ. Nobody can access that, only it's private. That is the first thing. Okay, what if I have default? Yes, just imagine the A class inside, you are making something default. The default could access by only this guy and this guy within a folder. Sir, how, sir? I have something I can share with my friend. Sir, but you cannot share with your kid. Yes, yes, there are some secrets will be there. I cannot share with my kids and my family, but I may share with my friend. We are childhood friends. Yes, I may share some information. Take a good example. I have a rain jacket which is my size of it, but I can share with my friend when he goes out, but I cannot share with my kid. My kid is small, so he cannot use my rain jacket. Correct, right? Yes. So like certain things actually. Okay, that might be a worst example, but yes, people share cigarettes with friends actually, but I don't think so. People share cigarettes with kids. Difficult, correct, right? Yeah, so that's how the idea. So when you make your variable, when the A class makes its variable as a default, he can access, as well as this guy also can access, his friend actually. Good. Next one is a protected. The protected is going to be an inherited access. The protected is going to be inherited access. Inherited access is nothing. Whenever I make the A class inside, if you have any variable protected, A can access, K can access, A can access because he's a kid of this guy, correct, right? So with inheritance, I can access my all properties and methods of my parent if my parent is willing to give. Not all. Okay, we should not say all. If the parent is willing to give, that is another thing. This is one thing. Not a stranger actually. The stranger cannot see this actually. And I'm going with finally the public. Whenever you make your variable as a public, means inside the A class, if you make a public variable, I can access, my friend can access, my child can access, even my stranger XYZ, that person also can access. It's possible, yes. So this is basically called as access modifier we call. This concept, what we call it as a access modifier. So the features of OOPs, the first topic is data hiding. The data hiding is achieved with access modifier. There are four levels of access modifiers are there. In future, when we write program, you will understand more better. So that's all. So the next concept of the data, features of OOPs is data abstraction. What is abstraction? Abstraction is all about uh, showing the necessary things. Okay, you might have heard abstract. Abstract means only just what is what. Okay, yes, that is what basically data abstraction. Okay, showing the necessary things outside and hiding the internal implementation. Okay, if you are going for ATM machine, there is a screen, there is a keypad, and there is a card swiping port. You know how to swipe the card and enter the PIN number and all other things, and you can get the money. You know that actually, yes, but really you don't want to know about how much power supply is there in the machine and what software they are using, what programming language it is developed, and how much amount is there already inside. That really you don't want to know. It is unwanted for us. Correct, right? Yes. So they are showing something which is we needed, and they are hiding. There are many things which we don't want actually. Okay, yes, this is a kind of related to hiding only, but showing the necessary things to outside. That's the main thing here. For example, again, I'm taking another example of car. That's a good example usually. Uh, when you go for a driving, learn a driving, They'll teach you how to ride a car and all those things. Yes, good actually. But uh, when they teach you, when you press the brake, the car will stop. When you press the brake, the car will stop. Yes, the car will stop, sure. But they never open and showed you how the brake is working internally. It is really not required for us. When you start the car will engine start, the car engine starts and it will move actually. But really, nobody is going to explain you how the engine is working, which oil is used in that, how the functionalities of engine. We don't want to know, and that is what basically abstraction. As our body itself, we are having food, we are sleeping, and we are all good. We are doing our work fine. So the internal organs and our body is working fine. We know, but really, we don't want to open and see whether it is working good or not. Actually, that's abstraction. So that is how the idea. The necessary parts they are showing, and they are thinking that it's unwanted for you, so they are hiding the rest of the things. Actually, that's basically abstraction. In Java, this is achieved with there is a concept called abstraction and interface. We will study about it. There is a class called abstract class. There is another component called interface. We will be studying there this more detail. Actually. Yes. So the next features of Whoops is a data encapsulation. Okay, if you remember from the beginning when we were discussing this also, a class contains, the data member and member function. You know that already. The class contains data member and member function. Yes. What is data member? Nothing. Any variables you put inside a class, that's called data member. That's so simple. And there is something is called member function. Member function is all about any function you write within a class. It's basically called as member function. That's all. This structure. Again, you are coming to the object level. This is my object. The object contains properties and methods. Same thing only, but we are using a different term. Okay, properties and methods. What is that properties and methods? Can we understand that? Yes, possible. Let's take another example here, the real object. Okay, let's take it's a car object. The car object have multiple properties and methods. Okay, the properties, if you take, it's information. We know that last class we discussed. So the car color, color is a property, that's a green color. The price is a property, which is 10 lakh. And the total seats, it's equal to 7-seater kind of something. And the brand of this is going to be Tata. And the model of this is going to be Punch. And the owner name, it's going to be Raja, something like that. The kilometer used and mileage, a lot of things will be. These are our properties. But at the same time, when you come here, methods is all about functionalities, right? You can start the car, you can buy the car, you can sell the car, you can drive the car, you can repair the car, you can clean the car, you can sell the car, all you can do lot. Yes. This is what the encapsulation. They are using a term called encapsulation. It's looking like a capsule. You know, right? There is a capsule. Inside you will have all the medicines. There is a tube kind of structure. This is called encapsulation. That means wrapping data and function into single unit. Wrapping your data and function into single unit. That's basically what we call it as an encapsulation. Capsule means tablet. You know that small tablet with the tube and medicines. That's what basically. Okay, so these both are interconnected. These both are interconnected. Using properties, you can able to using methods you can able to operate this. Actually, when you buy the car, the owner name will change. Okay, when you start the car status will change. When you drive the car, kilometer will change. When you paint a car, the car color changes. When you paint a car, the car color changes. Okay, so that is how this is. Okay, so you take another example of bank account. When you deposit money, the total balance changes. Okay, whenever you deposit money, the bank balance will change. Whenever you, as well as whenever you withdraw the money, bank balance will change. Whenever you open the account, the status change. When you close the account, status change. This you can take it in any example. If you take a dog, dog weight is the information, but when the dog is running continuously, the weight will reduce. Okay, so like many things you can consider. So this is called as encapsulation. Even you can go randomly here. You can just open here encapsulation in Java. You can go for images. See encapsulation. The methods and data. That's what they're telling. Wrapping data and method into single unit. That's basically called as encapsulation. See, I have a class, I have a data member, I have a member function. Both I'm wrapping into a single unit. That's basically called as encapsulation. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Yes. This is basically called as what is that? Encapsulation. Yes, done. Moving further, inheritance. One of the the great feature, mostly everybody knows about it. That means inheriting parent properties and methods to child actually. Okay, so yes, obviously yes, it's like that. I have a class here which has some data member and member functions, and I have another class here. I want the same variables and methods here also. No problem. You can declare here also. You can declare here also. But that consume again more memory, not code maintainability. So that takes a lot of difficulties. So because of that, they have a concept called inheritance. Arrow towards to always parent class. Arrow towards to always parent class. Yes, this is inheritance. So this is my class A, which we basically call it as a super class. It's a parent class. Okay. People call this as a parent class. People call this as a super class, or people call this as a base class. Yes. But whenever you are coming here, we call them as a child class, a subclass, and we call it as a derived class. That's all. So this is going to be class B or whatever it is. So this is the parent class. They may have some variables. Let's take an example of I have a variable of x and y. I have a variable of x and y. And there is a B class. They may have a variable of p and q. But they will have additionally x1, x and y also, both. Okay, so this is what it is. The p and q is a variables of b, but x and y is the variable of a. Okay, let's take a good example. The father is having a house and the son is earning and buying a car. The son actually will have a father's house and the son's car. This is basically inheritance. Okay, actually the child class will have a two part. Actually the child class basically will have a two part, two sections. Actually, what is the two sections? One is basically called as an incremental part. What is incremental part? What he owned it, what he owned it. Okay, but the derived part is all about what he got it from the parent. Okay, so like that. So this is what basically inheritance. So the father had a house and the son earned a car. So derived part is all about house, incremental part about car. What he earned is incremental. What he got from parent is a derived action. So this is what basically inheritance. And people say all the parents are not child, but all the childs are parents. The reason is parent could not access child variables and methods, but child could access all parent properties and methods. Okay, basically people say whenever we see the kid, actually we say he's like his father, like that they will say. But no, people say the father is like his kid actually, because that's not okay. We are inheriting from parent to child. Even here also we have types of inheritance. There is something called single, multi-level, multiple, as well as hybrid and hierarchical. Like there are multiple inheritances are there. As of now, try to understand this. Okay, yes. So inheriting parent class members to the child class. Okay, sir, what if there is no inheritance? What if there is no inheritance? If inheritance is not there, what's the difficult? Let's take an example. We all are working with one project, which is a banking project. Vehicle loan, I'm working on a class called vehicle loan. You are working on personal loan, and somebody is working on house loan. So there are different loans are there. There are different loans are there here. Give me a second. Yes, yeah. There is a different loans are there. But after writing program, we got to know that there is a 300 lines code is common for all three. Obviously, yes. Whenever you are working with loan related stuffs, um, certain formalities, certain procedures will be remain the same. Okay. So we got to know that 300 lines of code is exactly same in all the classes. Then why we should write? Okay, let it write someone. Then we'll copy paste the code. Let's take an example. Raja is a developer. Let him write the 1,000 lines of code. After writing it, we'll copy paste Guna and Arjun. Let them copy paste it. But copy paste is not inheritance. You need to understand. Copy paste is not inheritance. Why copy paste is not inheritance? If you ask me, when you copy paste, number of line codes will be again more. In that 300 lines of code, there might be around 20 variables. So here 20 variable, here 20 variable, here 20 variable. It's become more expensive. It's more cost. Correct, right? Yes. So when you occupy more memory, more lines of code, performance will be down. Memory wastage will happen. This is not good code maintainability. Suddenly, in the 300 lines of code, if you change something, you have to change here also, here also. If you add something here, here also, here also. So that you have to do. It's become really difficult. Because of that, we are coming to the inheritance. So what if we have inheritance? Simple. You can add, you can create a class called loan, which is going to be our parent. Write the 300 lines of code here. Yes, that's all. Then you just come down here. I'm creating vehicle loan, personal loan, house loan, but not 1,000 line, only 700. Not 1,000, only 700. Not 700, only 400. Not 800, only 500. Why 300 lines of code is missing? Because it is going to extend from loan class. So create your class extending from parent class. Create your class extending from parent class. That's all it is. Okay, so that is how the idea. Even Java is following the same thing. Okay, whatever it is required for all the classes, whatever it is required for all the classes, that all they have written in some particular class. Okay, so for example, in Java, we have 4,000 plus classes. In the 4,000 plus classes, whatever it is required for us, everything we have written in the object class. So in object class, we have around some 12 methods. The 12 methods available for 4,000 classes in Java. Just imagine this 12 methods you are keep writing in 4,000 classes. How much time it will take? Difficult, right? Yes, that's how that is. So this is inheritance, one of the great feature of it. Actually, POP doesn't have this all. Procedural oriented programming doesn't have this all. Okay, so here we have these options. Next one is polymorphism. Make it more simple and straightforward. Poly means many, morph means shapes. You might have heard about it. So people say this definition as the ability to take more than one form. Ability of taking multiple dimensions. Ability of behaving different. Okay, so for example, as a student, you are a person, you are a John. You will behave in classroom differently, but when you go home, you behave different. With friends, your behavior will be totally different. In front of relatives, you will be behaving totally different. So same person, how he can behave differently under different circumstances. That's called polymorphism. Okay. Instead of wasting time, let's go for the directly example here. Many in one. Okay, let's take a good example. In old programming, like you know, for POP and related places, C program and other places. If you wanted to add a number, we'll create a method. What is the method name? Add a number. Yes, can we have two arguments? Yes, possible. Sir, if I wanted to add three numbers, can we have same method? No, you should not have. When C program. Can you create two functions with same name? In procedural oriented programming, it's not possible because they will tell it's a duplicate functions. The method already created, you are creating another one time, same method. They don't allow. So then we need to go for add three number. Then if you wanted to add 4 number, then you need to write a method called add 4 number. Then you wanted to add a five numbers, then you need to write a method called add 5 numbers. Not great, right? So every time there is a new method creating, okay, let it be, but how this accessibility? If I wanted to access these methods, I have to remember all the method name section. It's become really difficult. Then I wanted to add a double, I wanted to add a character, I wanted to add a string. Then everything there is a separate methods. Really difficult. Instead of this, object-oriented programming providing a feature of polymorphism. We have static polymorphism, dynamic polymorphism. We will study later in detail with a program. Static polymorphism, it's called compile time binding. Your compiler will decide which method is going to call. That's called compile time binding. Runtime binding is there. Your JVM will decide which should execute. So don't want to go too detailed, but let's understand. So when the polymorphism is there, you listen here. This is called method polymorphism. It's called static binding, what I'm explaining here. Method polymorphism, compile time polymorphism, or you can say as a method overloading. Okay, the ability to take more than one form. You see here, I'm defining 4 methods with the same name. This is not possible in C program, but this is possible in C++ as well as Java. I'm defining the same name but with a different signature. What is signature? The number of arguments, not only that, argument types. Here I have 2 integer, but here I have 3 integer. Sir, here you have 2 double. Yes, here also 2 integer, 2 double. So numbers are same. Here 2 arguments are there. Here also 2 arguments, but data types are different. So that's what I'm telling. Allowing us to declare same functions multiple times. That means the feature allow us to define multiple functions with the same name, but with a different signature. Signatures might be different. So now I no need to worry about it. I'll call add method with a number, I'll call add method with a string, I'll call add method with a double, which is more convenient for me, more readability. Just imagine in Java we have println method. Println will print everything. It can print string, it can print number, it can print double, it can print boolean, it can print character. But instead of this, just imagine if you wanted to print an integer, print int. If you wanted to print a double, print a double. If you wanted to print a string, print a string, print a text, whatever it is, print a character. How complicated for you? Just imagine. Instead of using this one method, you have to run behind this all the methods. It's become difficult. That's where the polymorphism helps us. Okay, we have static and dynamic polymorphism. We will study these all the things later. So yes, this is what the idea is. So these are the main features of OOPS. People call pillars of OOPS. Yes. And at last, the conclusion here is Java is object-oriented programming. This is what object-oriented. Java is object-oriented programming. But Java is not 100% object-oriented programming language. Why? Okay, Java is object-oriented. Java follows OOPS, I agree. But Java is not 100% following the OOPS actually. So why it's not 100%? What's the reason? They are telling few reasons here. Listen. Java still primitive. Java still support primitive data types. Actually, pure object-oriented program means everything should be object. There should not be any primitive data types. Okay, I think if I'm not wrong, Smalltalk. There is a programming language called Smalltalk. It's 100% object-oriented. There is no primitive data types at all. Everything is non-primitive. But Java supports primitive data types. So byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, and boolean. You will study later. Okay, right now no need to worry. We have primitive data types. That's the reason we are not accepting them as a 100% object oriented. Yes. Next, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance in terms of classes. So we learned just before the inheritance, right? In the inheritance, we have types of inheritance: single, multiple, multi-level, and many things. Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Why? That we will study, because we don't know yet what is multiple inheritance. Correct, right? Right now, you need to take this in abstract way. Later, we discuss more detail. So multiple inheritance have some, it's not issue. There is some ambiguous problems are there. It's a confusion state will come. So to avoid the confusions, they stopped multiple inheritance in Java in terms of classes. You should not say simply Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Okay, you should say Java doesn't support multiple inheritance in terms of classes. So Java support multiple inheritance in some other place. Understand? Okay, in terms of class, it is not supported. Okay, and Java doesn't support operator overloading. Give me 1 second. Yes. So Java doesn't support multiple and Java doesn't support operator overload. Like how we have method overloading, polymorphism, like that we have another one concept called operator overloading. Even that is not supported in Java except plus symbol. And Java supports static members. We don't know. See, actually these all are technical stuffs. We will study day by day these all the things. Okay, so this is basically pillars of hoops. What is hoops? We know pillars of hoops, and we know why Java is not 100% object oriented. We know theoretically what it is, but we don't know the practical things. We will study that later. So what so far what we have learned here is this is what we have learned is Java is a programming language. Yes, it's used to communicate with the machine. Java is a high level programming language. Yes, any human can understand and write. So Java is a compiler and interpreter. Why compiler and interpreter? Because Java wants to become faster, so they have chosen compiler as idea. Java wants to become platform independent, so they have chosen interpreter. And Java is platform independent. Cora, you have idea about it. Java is portable. Java supports Unicode standard. There is 65,535 character support is available in Java. Java is open source and Java is simple, secure. Java has garbage collector. Java has multi-threading. It's a case-sensitive language. It's a strictly typed language. You know what is the meaning of it? Dynamic, distributed, and robust, and it follows the hoops. So the Java introduction is done here. So next, the concepts are, it's very simple concepts. History of Java will take less than 2-3 minutes. And what are the types of softwares we have, what we are going to develop with the Java, applications of Java, and directly we go for software installation, and directly we'll be jumping into Java architecture. So then immediately your main method and first program starts, then we can move on. Okay. So thank you. We'll meet in the next class.